Welcome, Libra, to your timeless reading. You don't have to be a Libra sun, moon, or rising. You could be drawn to the energy or the message of this reading, or you could just apply this to the house that you have Libra and or Venus in. So take the messages that resonate with you and leave the rest. Let's find out what it is that wants to come through. So the first thing I'm seeing is actually a red rose, a long-stemmed rose specifically. I don't know why that matters, but I've been given that very intentionally and specifically, a long-stemmed rose. I'm just seeing a single rose. Perhaps this has to do with beauty, love, romance, very Venusian type themes for this Venusian ruled sign. Okay. And red roses represent passion. I'm hearing the word solitary. And I'm seeing a thought, like one thought in the mind, one solitary thought, one solitary long-stemmed rose, whatever that means. Okay, wow, the Emperor and the Empress. So this may definitely have to do with love, some kind of proposal, an invitation, a thought that is, I'm hearing destined to happen. Okay, so there's a thought or an idea that you've had in some way that is meant to happen, and it could be related to this masculine and feminine energy. And then Venus, again, I meant to say Empress ruled by Venus with that sign there, and the Emperor ruled by Mars, Aries. And I actually was going to say that before sitting down to do this reading, I've had Aries energy swirling around me as well. And I already did the Aries reading, so I was curious as to why it was coming up. And here is Aries, okay? So let's see what this is. The Lovers in reverse. Okay, so it feels like this is just a thought at this point, Libra. It's like, where is this relationship going to go? Or is there a relationship that's coming in for me? This is definitely a love reading. I just saw 222 on the recording time as well. So balance, harmony, relationships, one and one make two people. And it feels like there's something of a discord here. I'm just not sure why yet. So we have the Two of Wands reversed. If this is a current relationship, it may be lacking direction, or you could be focusing on making a decision that does point you in a specific direction, and that single thought ends up being the guiding force, but you may not see it yet. Maybe your partner has an idea about something, but they haven't revealed it to you yet. If you're single, this is you looking for that relationship and having that idea in your mind, but not necessarily sure about how to go out into the world and find it, or how to go about attaining that desire. We have the Knight of Pentacles. I'm hearing sure thing, and there's something about a specific plan that I'm hearing as well, a specific plan. I'm hearing course of events, and I'm being shown a road or a very well-grooved pathway, well-trodden, meaning that there's many that have gone down this path before. But I do feel like there's a strategy or there's a plan to this. It's just something you may not see yet, or you've made. For some of you, this feels like the other person in the relationship has made a definitive decision. And if you are not currently, again, in a relationship, because I'm going to look at it from both angles, because I'm getting both angles. So I feel like there's two groups in this reading of Libras. It's like you are still doing what you need to be doing, and the other person at a distance, at soul level, has made a decision about what they want, whether or not they know you. Page of Cups. I feel like an emotional revelation is going to hit deeply for you or for this other person. And this emotional revelation comes with some kind of an expression, an offer of how this emotion is being presented. It feels like this rose, I meant to say fish in the cup, but okay, that's the rose being offered. It's like a single rose being offered to represent the feeling, the passion, the emotion. for lack of better words, I'm hearing. So it's almost like this person may have a difficult time expressing emotions through words, and so they do it through actions. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. And I'm hearing working together, even though this is a solitary man working on his own. I heard working together. So you and this individual could be working together literally, or this may be something that you are working together on energetically. I just heard confluence of events, confluence. I'm not actually sure what the word confluence means, but I'm being shown a trajectory and a single pathway made out of two. The world, confluence. Okay, I'm hearing it again. And this feels like things coming full circle, things coming together. Two pieces form into one whole. I'm getting that strongly. Three of Cups. I'm hearing togetherness, and I'm seeing a reunion or a meeting. So there's a destiny here. I keep getting that. And I don't normally do love readings, by the way, just for context, especially if it's your first time here on the channel or you're new. I do not choose to do love readings. I actually lean very opposite direction of that. And whenever Spirit brings through love messages, I know they're very important because I don't like doing them. So just for context there. But I'm seeing a meeting. I'm seeing two swords being touched together, not in aggression, but in almost like a recognition of sorts. It's like, oh, hello, there's the other person. I do see something about making your way outside of your regular territory. You may be called to do something different from your regular routine, or to get out of the house, or to go somewhere specific at a specific time. You may be invited out on a date that takes you out of your neighborhood or out of your regular stomping grounds, your territory that you're comfortable with, either literally or figuratively. But I'm seeing something about travel here, and it could be local or it could be non-local. I'm hearing wide open spaces. And then we have Judgment. The angels call, the angels call. So there's something of a definitely divinely guided, divinely protected nature to this relationship. And it could, if it's a relationship from the past, it could be reborn at this time, or it could be having or going through like a second wave of itself. If you never ended it and you're just with this person, it feels like it's being resurrected in some way, or it's being reborn as a new relationship within the old one. Again, if this is someone new, it's someone from the past, not necessarily that you knew in this lifetime, but it's someone from the past that you're reconnecting with. And I get that recognition of the touching of the swords again. It's like, I remember you. And Eight of Cups and the Hermit. Now, solitude, there is that aspect here. So I'm curious as to how this applies, because that solitary rose, that solitary thought or stream of consciousness, that one road, it feels like there's multiple offshoots to it, but there is one succinct way. And I feel that you are going about it that way. Okay, I heard new direction and reorientation. So you may be called to move in a different direction or in a different way, changing the plan or the strategy because of some realization about what came before or the wisdom you've gained along this particular path. And I just felt called to say, and again, take only what resonates in this reading. I don't know why someone needed to hear that. Oh, it's because the Tower card was about to come out. Okay. So the Tower card here feels like things are changing very, very quickly. And certain things may fall away. Two of Cups. Okay, we do have Two of Cups in reverse and the Lovers in reverse. There could be a relationship that you are in currently that is ending, or you could have just come out of this is coming through and it's difficult to say, that you've just come out of a relationship, and I'm hearing the word relapse. You could have relapsed into an old relationship, or you could be relapsing with a partner from the past, but I don't feel that very strongly. So let me just ask this question here. What's going on? Something about family is coming true. I meant to say coming through. Perhaps something that you feared ends up coming true. That's just for someone specific, but it's not. But it's like you're not meant to evade it because it directs you on the correct path, or it gets you going to meet someone that is a perfect match for you, that is at the same level. Okay, we have believe in yourself, see yourself doing well, and you will. I'm hearing moving on. We have exercise, run, walk, swim, or otherwise move your body. This will give you more energy and happiness. I feel like you're moving on, moving forward, moving locations. There's a plan here. There's a certain type of regimentedness here to this aloneness. If you've chosen to leave a relationship, it's going to lead you in a direction to a path of someone who is manifesting in a way that brings a lot more wealth and stability into your life. If this is a resurrection of the relationship that already exists, it feels like you are both changing at such a drastic level that on some levels it feels random, or in some ways it feels random or chaotic, but there is actually a way through it that is more step by step and that does or will make sense. This one says it's okay to be different. You don't need to be like everyone else. You're perfect just as you are. And talk about your feelings. Tell a friend how you feel. So there could be a need to communicate. I'm getting that strongly. It's like if you don't communicate what you need or what you want, things could come crashing down because there's not enough clarity. Or it could just build up and then become difficult to exchange in a way that is healthy and moderated. On the bottom, we have change. The changes that you're going through are positive. So there's definitely some kind of change here with the Tower card. A change in relationship dynamic, a change in relationship partner, a change in yourself that is leading to some significant movement in your life. I feel like there's a lot of different messages in this reading, not just one story or narrative. So again, I think that's why I was called to say, take it as it resonates, because there's multiple things coming through and they're not necessarily cohesive. Scorpio, well, I'm recording this in Scorpio season, and I actually, before even hitting record on this video, I saw myself saying this. I didn't know that the Scorpio card was going to come out. I didn't even know we were going to use this astrology deck, but I saw myself saying in the Libra reading, well, I'm recording this in Scorpio season, but it's a timeless reading, and here I am saying it. And that always happens for me because I see future, but not always clearly, right? Like sometimes I don't know why I'm seeing what I'm seeing until I get to that moment. So that may be a message in and of itself for you, Libra, and or this is something that is being exposed right now, something that's being purged, and this relationship is either renewed or you are renewed, and through that renewal of self, you're able to align better with the person who's right for you. Now this is very intense. And I'm hearing take your time. It's very intense. Jupiter, grow and expand. And you are being called to grow through this process. But you may be in some way growing outside of your comfort zone. Maybe your comfort zone was this particular relationship and it's ending, and now you have to redefine yourself or learn who you are again, and you have to start focusing on you and discovering what makes you you, and dealing with or processing the emotions of everything that's happening. If this is a relationship that is ascending to the next level, you may be redefining who you think you are. You're going from, this one level of understanding of the relationship to the next. And from that, you're looking at yourself and your life and really redefining a lot of things. And you could have a lot of change happening very quickly. And I think that's why I'm being guided to tell you to take your time, because the things around you may be expanding quickly, or they will once you hit a certain point. And that's why it's like, take your time and be methodical in the moments that you can, because not only is that going to slow down and help you to ground, but it's going to assist you in getting clear in your level of thought, so that when those changes do occur at a rapid pace, you don't lose yourself in the process of that. 6th house, establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. And that's what I was just saying. It's like having a secure routine here with this Knight of Pentacles is going to help you to not only see the way forward, but to take the actions necessary on a day-to-day basis that are going to make this growth happen. And that are going to reveal something to you that's important about who you are and what you want. I just heard that something's being concealed though. So what's being concealed? Okay, we have Capricorn, ambition, realism, and methodical steps. Yeah, here's confirmation of what I was just saying again. That's very Knight of Pentacles. That's where I was getting it. And this is why it's coming through, is because it's a necessary method here to create order out of something that is a little bit chaotic here. Now the hourglass is standing out to me, and there's ivy growing on it, and it feels like there's fast growth and there's also slow growth. There's sort of like a mix of both, and that's why it may feel like you're being sort of pulled in two directions, or the relationship is being pulled apart, but it's actually coming together. For those of you who are in a relationship, you're meant to stay in, but for those of you who are not, you may wish to reevaluate the course that you're on, the actions that you're taking. Let me get a little more detail, because I'm still not 100% clear. This message doesn't have like one thread of thought, even though that's kind of where we started, was with like that one single thought. But maybe that's part of creating order out of the chaos here. It's like getting all of these storylines into one, or getting all of this chaos to make sense in some way. Let's see. Exchanging gifts. I do feel like there's an offer here. I do feel like you are given something, whether it's a literal gift or it's symbolic or emotional. It's being given to you. It's being offered to you. All that glitters, but not all that glitters is gold. And part of this growth process, or part of this realization of what makes you feel stable and how to get back to that, I'm hearing reclaim it, is perhaps to look at what is truly valuable to you. Here and now. A strong message of grounding is coming through for you, Libra. It's necessary to ground, because there is something here of like the past is coming up to be cleansed and understood, or it's coming back up, not to haunt you, but to get you to face it. And then the future is also calling you in that direction, and you're having to make plans about how to move towards that. So it's kind of like this chaos energy that I'm getting from this, and all of this change that is taking place is really as a result of this very crucial crossroads point that you are finding yourself in. And whenever you happen to find this reading, it will apply to that time in your life. So the key here is to establish a foundation of what is real and what is not, so that you can peer through into what is coming and have clarity around what it is that you want to create or how you want to get there. So if you have a desire to have a healthy relationship, it's focusing on what you can do on a daily basis to make that work, or to get to that point where you attract that. Really, the strongest message that I'm getting here is about firm foundations and stability. And for some reason, I'm seeing this tower moment. It's kind of like somebody standing or attempting to stand on top of this pile of gold, and it's not stable. One wrong move and that gold starts to slide and you lose your footing. And that's why not all that glitters is valuable. So something that looked very stable or good on the surface may need to be reevaluated. And from there, you can make it stronger if it's the right person or you're in the right situation or relationship. And if not, then you are ready and able to walk away and move to something that is going to reciprocate in a way that does create that stability and does allow you to really be yourself. Okay. On the bottom, we have clean it up. This elk energy has been following me around a lot. I don't know if this is actually an elk or a caribou or a reindeer. They all kind of look similar, but I just wanted to mention that elk energy has been following me around for a while now. That being said, let's get an animal oracle deck card for Libra. Ooh, the fox and the tarantula, and then you've got firefly on the bottom. I'm hearing light of my life, light of my life. Okay, let's read these two out. Oh my God, I just opened it to elk. Let's read elk, because I know it's not coming out of the deck, but I just opened it right to it. So, and I was talking about it. Stable, resilient, headstrong, the father. The great elk represents the earth element in its masculine form. This means it provides underlying support and stability amidst life's many changes. An elk personality, whether male or female, is fully established in themselves and knows their core values. They become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold those values. Sometimes the elk's ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make damn good fathers, mothers, lovers, and friends. The world needs more elk energy. When in balance, it is supportive, kind, and consistent. When out of balance, it becomes pretentious or high and mighty. To bring it into balance, eat and drink more consciously. So yes, daily routines, health habits, exercise, being able to have a daily routine that is stable is going to help you to create this lasting love within your life, whether it's with yourself all alone or with a partner, whatever your choice happens to be. It's going to help you to manifest the life that you desire, whatever that looks like. Okay, that was a very clear message here. Now, fox. Okay, smart, strong partner or mate, wise teacher. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. They are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. Fox energy helps us stay true to most. I'm having a hard time reading this one. Okay, what's going on with this? Do you feel like someone is not committed to you? Do you feel like someone is not being loyal or not being true? Do you feel like someone is being dishonest with you? I'm being drawn to intensity and exposing. There could be something that is exposed. Now, if this is in fact true and the other person is not being honest with you or not being loyal to you, then you will have to make a decision about the road that you're going to travel next, or where you're going to go, how you're going to change the situation, how you're going to deal with it. But if this is something that's coming up from you, perhaps connected to father wounds, because that elk is making me think of wounds of the father carried forward into relationships. Emotional abandonment, I'm hearing. And I'm hearing methodical steps to heal that. So there is a necessary pathway here. And I keep hearing stream of consciousness. A necessary pathway through this stream of consciousness, the realization or the awakening to this path of healing, and how this other person plays a part in that, whether directly and walking with you or indirectly through what they trigger in you and awaken that needs to be healed. Okay, let's keep going. I'm being called to not actually read this whole thing, so I'm going to put it there if you want to read it yourself, but I'm being guided to move to the tarantula. At a crossroad, yeah, I used the word crossroad, so there's confirmation again. At a crossroad claiming life's purpose, the tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. When in balance, it follows its intuition. When out of balance, it hesitates or over-intellectualizes. To bring it into balance, daily journaling. So there's a process. Maybe that's what I'm getting at this message about the stream of consciousness. Maybe it's about journaling, writing things out in stream of consciousness, letting you kind of get it out, purge it out, and see it clearly too, which could give you some practical steps to take. Once you see it and you understand what you're dealing with here internally, your direction might change, or your decision might be clear, or what you need to do methodically to heal this or to move forward will become more evident. Now I am being drawn back to Firefly, so I think we will look at that. Let me find that. There's that word fleeting again. Inspired and fantastic, yet fleeting. The firefly contains the light of 1,000 stars. It's pure, radiant, and illuminating. This high-frequency charge cannot be sustained for long. Therefore, the firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or awakening that quickly fades if we do not catch it. There is firefly energy behind every poem, song, and invention. Our job is to be ready to harness this creative spirit when it graces our path. What can you do to support this precious and elusive light? When in balance, it writes, creates, and brainstorms. When out of balance, it becomes burnt out or feels dull. To bring it into balance, write a poem or draw. So you might have a realization about the trajectory of this relationship, and writing it down could be very helpful, because it could be a fleeting moment, like a flash in the pan of awareness that fades quite quickly if you're drawn back into the same dynamic again. Or you could have an idea or realization about how to better yourself in regard to your own personal healing journey. That way you have more stability and you're able to offer and receive exchanging of gifts in relationship to others. But you will need to track that in some way, or have measurable tools that allow you to see your progress. And journaling is a great way to do that, because you can literally go back to different points in time and see how far you've come. And I was getting this message right before starting your reading as well. It came up in another reading I did. I think it was the November monthly pick a card, but I was being shown basically like mile markers on a trail, and being able to see and measure very directly how far you've come and how far you have to go, especially if you're goal-oriented here. If you want to ascend this relationship to the next level, or you want to achieve a healthy relationship, or you want to get to a certain point in your health and your daily routine and your work. I think all of these are in need of some kind of stability or tracking and measuring, so that you can see not how far you need to go, but how far you've come. All right. Let's get the Astro Dice to close out your reading here, Libra. Aquarius. Okay, we have Pluto in Aquarius in the second house. Definitely intensity. Yeah, very scorpionic, Plutonian energy of intensity, transformation, rebirth, something being burnt to the ground here, the falling of that tower, the crumbling, and then the rebuilding in a way that's much more efficient. Now, Aquarius here makes me think of over-intellectualizing. I have an Aquarius moon, and I can tell you that I have a real sort of difficult time actually feeling my emotions, and I've had to learn what that actually is. And communicating them is also difficult in the moment. There's a tendency to over-intellectualize them. And again, I'm getting journaling coming through as a practical tool that is going to serve you very, very well. Now, second house has to do with your values. And again, I'm being drawn back to all that glitters is not gold. Values around what is truly worthy of being in your life, and what your core values are. Maybe that's a good question to ask yourself or reflect on in a journal or meditation, is to look at, what are my values in life? What do you value? Do you value honesty? Do you value health? Do you value loyalty? Do you value something else? Really kind of brainstorm on that, because it's going to help you to identify where there may be wounds and self-sabotage patterns around you accepting less than you deserve, or not allowing yourself to move to the next level because of past patterns or habits that have become sort of entrenching for you. Grounding and getting present in the moment is also going to help, because again, a lot of grounding energy here is coming through, and that's going to help you to shine this light. Something about being loyal to yourself is also coming through, and that helping you to grow and expand. Being loyal to yourself first and foremost, because only then can you offer a healthy exchange in relationships. I think I'll leave the reading there, Libra. I hope it was helpful. Again, I'm going to say it like multiple times throughout this, but just take what resonates and leave the rest. But I do hope that this was helpful for you in some way. And thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed the reading, don't forget to like it. You can hype the reading so that other Libras or anyone who needs this message in a timeless manner will be brought it. And thank you to the members who support my work here on the channel and get the ad-free additional weekly readings and monthly live streams with me. Thank you so much to everyone else who has supported and who will support in the future. I love you. I am taking readings and doing remote Reiki sessions as well right now. If you are interested in that, you can check out the description box below. I love you. See you next time.